Ethereum's price behavior will essentially be dictated by two things that are coming up in the next 21 days or less. Number one, how well can Ethereum price and Bitcoin price hold up as the S&P 500 comes to touch the inevitable daily 89, which is by far and away the best bear market rally indicator that there is. Can Ethereum hold strong as it comes to touch this? And I'm going to, in the beginning of the video, I'll break down how low or how strong can Ethereum hold up during, because it doesn't have much more to go. Number two, after this hits, can Bitcoin dominance go back down a little bit to add some support of the level? So we're going to cover this. I'm going to show you the Bitcoin dominance chart. Can Bitcoin dominance go back down to touch its support point in order to allow Ethereum a little bit more running space? Or, as traditional markets are bouncing off of this, is Bitcoin dominance going to stay rising and therefore Ethereum doesn't bounce strong with traditional markets? There are two things that are in play that are essentially going to dictate how Ethereum moves through late August into early September. Let's go break down exact points. Are you ready? Let's get some Ethereum. If you missed my Bitcoin video from August 22nd, that says mega crash incoming, go ahead and watch that. I break this down quite heavily. And on my channel, if you're a new viewer, a lot of my previous videos have covered the importance of the daily 89 within a bear market rally and the distance that stock market got above it. And that's how I think that I accurately call the top, but time will tell. All right. Now, here is S&P 500. It doesn't have much more to go to bounce off this. 1.5%, which on Bitcoin, that's like a 3% downside move, which Bitcoin would not fall through support. But if crypto begins underperforming the market during this time, you can have some pretty big effects. So let's break the trip down first. And then second in this video, I'll cover what can Ethereum do on the way back up as this gets some type of bounce on the S&P 500 off the daily 89. Are you ready? All right, here we go. Ethereum price points. I'm simply going to scroll down and show you the points that Ethereum can hold or go down to hit as the S&P goes down to touch that purple line. It is possible that this horizontal holds at 1543. How are you going to tell if it's going to hold as the S&P approaches that line? Throw on your 4-hour 10 EMA. That's it. Can Ethereum price get back above its 4-hour 10 EMA before this red line here goes below this? If it can't get above it, then you're going to have to use some lower levels. It's going down farther as the S&P goes to touch the purple line. That's it. Can you get above this line? And that's it. So if this red line continues to push price below this point, as traditional markets are heading down to their inevitable targets, your next zone of support, which Ethereum will hit in that case, will it hold? I don't know, but it will hit. It's not going to just stop here or here again. It will hit around 1500 to 1485. If that can't hold, because crypto is just severely underperforming the market, and maybe Bitcoin wants to go fill its CME gap at 18.4, the most bearish case that I can see, as S&P only has 1.5% more to go. Like, I don't actually think this is probable, but the absolute most bearish case, as traditional markets are in its avenue towards that purple line, the absolute most bearish case is 1406. And if Ethereum were to hit this as S&P hit its daily 89, you'd probably have a pretty spectacular splash bounce off of that. I would guess that either here or here will hold up during the traditional market's 1.5% down move over the next, it could take 10 days for it to happen. It could bounce around where it is. It could be tomorrow and bounce, just get that out of the way and then bounce tomorrow, end the day green potentially. After starting the day down, it's possible. And Ethereum just goes boom, boom. It's possible that it comes down here all in one day. But these are the levels to look out for. 1406, and just put this stuff on your chart. I'm telling you. All right. Now, let's say that Ethereum, so that's the downside move, and it's all about this 4-hour 10 interacting with the horizontals. Price needs to get above. All right. If you see Ethereum holding, especially this level, as the traditional markets only need to go down 1.5% more, which I think that's most probable. Then looking up, here are the areas that Ethereum would go to. I don't think this will be it because you have your daily 89. It could come back up to the daily 89, which is slowly decreasing, and potentially rally as high as 1705. But this purple line is going to stop it with a very, very high likelihood. Could you get a failure pattern above and therefore Ethereum actually goes as high as 1728? Sure. So what I'm showing you right now is this would all, these targets aren't even like, don't even think about these upper targets until the S&P 500 hits the purple line. I can't stress that enough. This is after that purple line's hit. All right. Which it could take a while, or it could be tomorrow on Tuesday. I don't know. But just look at that line. Put on your daily 89 on the S&P 500, and after it's hit, now you're looking at these targets with the assumption this line holds. I don't see Ethereum getting back over much over 1700 because the daily 89 will act as resistance, and when you look left, guess what? It's the perfect anatomy where sellers step in anyway after, like, this is the anatomy. You always get sellers during this time, no matter what. Always. Like, it's almost 100% of times in a non-bull market. So this horizontal from this, the anatomy of this fall down will align almost perfectly with a major EMA from which it accelerated down. So you see how price accelerated to what? To the daily 89. Where did it hesitate? At the daily 89. Hit support, got rejected from the daily 89. Key. And so all this daily 89, so take it off. It created the anatomy that you're looking for where do the bulls stop being bullish on short-term time frame and when do they become sellers? Exactly here. All right. And that's it. This analysis in these exact levels that I've just given you, both down and up, Ethereum will respect these levels with a very, very high likelihood throughout late August into early September. And what I cannot stress enough is if you're playing the Ethereum chart, you have to incorporate the S&P 500. And at anytime you realize that your true north on what is likely to happen next is whether this line has been hit or not. So as of now, it has not been hit. Therefore, your only targets are down. You shouldn't even be looking up on Ethereum. Don't even do it. Not financial advice. After this is hit, and it seems to hold. Okay, so it's got to hold it, which it very, very, very likely will. Could wick below, but after it starts moving back up above 4112, then you can look up at the targets I just gave you. And the highest Ethereum extremely likely is going to go before a large pullback is about 1700, maybe as high as 1720. But what will make it so that Ethereum could hit that most bullish price target is what I'm about to show you. So after this purple line sit on traditional markets, if 1720 or 1700 is going to be hit, you need to go to BTC.D. Okay, see this ticker behind here? You literally just type this into TradingView. BTC.D, enter. Oop, I hit a / BTC.D, enter. I did it again. Son of a bitch. There we go. All right. Because there are two things that could happen here. As I've been talking about on my channel, nothing severe is going to happen in crypto market until my red triangle was hit. It has now been hit. But you have two options from here. And the difference between these two options are going to be essentially dictating what Ethereum's performance will be once S&P hits that purple line. If Bitcoin wants to race up to this origin line, can you see this line going like this? You can barely see it, I apologize, but I like my origin lines light. If Bitcoin wants to come up to hit this, as you expect that potential small rally to happen, so after the when you have permission to look up, essentially. If you have permission to look up on Ethereum, because S&P has hit that purple line. And Bitcoin is charging up towards this point here. This is Bitcoin dominance chart, BTC.D. If it's on its way up to 4.2 roughly, okay, 41.8, just shy of 42. It's not going to go straight to 42. It'll stop and pull back from there most likely. It could wick above. Yeah, it could go up to 41.9 before pulling back. But S&P hits the purple line and Bitcoin seems to be reaching up. Then Ethereum's probably not going to hit that 1700 target. It's probably going to come up shy. And you could just go back on this video and look at the other horizontals lower. I have them labeled, right? So in order for Ethereum to either do a failure pattern above the daily 89, which would hit at about 1720, or to hit 1700 even to that anatomy part that I showed you, this can't be happening on Bitcoin dominance. Rather, now I'm going to zoom in on this point here. What you have to have happen, so to play that bounce higher, is Bitcoin dominance needs to be establishing a base around here, and this percentage level is 40 and a half. Going a little below is fine too, but Bitcoin dominance needs to be playing in this area after or once you have permission to look up, because the purple line is on traditional markets. Bitcoin needs to be playing with this in order for Ethereum to have that chance to get up. If Bitcoin's coming up towards here, lower targets during the bounce, and Bitcoin's bounce will be stronger than Ethereum's. I really hope this was very helpful, but what's going to be even more helpful for your overall crypto portfolio are these two videos right here. You need to watch them if you haven't already. One here and one here. It could there's a huge opportunity coming up in the next 21 days. Just consume these two videos, watch it on 1.5 times speed, get through them fast. It's going to greatly help you. We'll see you next time.